Hey guys, it's your girl Ginger Snaps, and we're back. Hold on, let me make sure my audio is good. All right, guys, we're here. We're back, and this is Love is Blind. Excuse me, season 4. What is this episode? What is it? Episode 12 or 14? One of them. Anyways, guys, it's the finale. Okay, tomorrow is the long awaited reunion. Listen, I think everybody, there were so many spoilers, hella spoilers, and we kind of knew what was going to happen. Some people didn't want a spoiler, and so they waited. But for many people, like me, like myself, I went ahead and looked at the spoilers. There was a major spoiler from a producer that was leaked onto TikTok, and he had already revealed who got married, who didn't, and what happened. And he was spot on. That leak from that TikTok account, I gotta find that TikTok account, was spot on. So let's just get into what happened. I think the major surprise was that Kwame said yes, y'all. Kwame said yes. I don't know what it is with Kwame, his body language and his hesitancy. It seems like he's not into Chelsea as much as she is into him. But apparently he is. He's in it for the long haul. Um, and there's still a lot of controversy with Kwame. Okay, so let's just get into it. So, while they're getting married, while they're getting ready for the wedding, they're all gushing about each other behind the scenes. They pan to Chelsea. Chelsea's so happy. She's into him. She loves him. All the reasons she loves him, blah, 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 blah. Pan to Kwame, same thing. They're talking about their love for each other. One of the controversies I've seen on social media, which I don't think Kwame even addressed. Maybe they'll address it tomorrow on the live reunion, is that he hired people to act as his siblings. So Barbara and I don't know whoever his brothers, whatever his brother's name was, those are not his real siblings. He very well may have siblings named Barbara and I forgot, Sean, whatever the other sibling's name, but those were not. Maybe they didn't want to appear on camera. Maybe they were not able to make it, and they needed somebody to represent Kwame's side of the family. So they said he hired people to stand in as his family members. I'm not sure how true that is. I have not seen it addressed. I have not seen Chelsea address it. You know, I don't know. But she said yes, as we saw towards the end last week's episode. Kwame said yes. The thing is, Chelsea, I love Chelsea. She's a fan favorite, but she was freaking everybody out because of the way she kind of keeps staring at him. She's like, I'm your wife. I'm your wife. She's thrilled. He looks uneasy. She was trying to make like a meaningful moment, and Kwame's like, yeah, all right, all right, all right. Can we just hurry up? It was just, she just kept staring at him, and then she had like a jackal laugh. She kept doing that. It was the weirdest thing. But listen, Chelsea, like I say, you like it, you love Kwame, we love it. All right. So that was predictable on Chelsea's part. Not Chelsea, Kwame did. I'm gonna see if I can share it. Kwame did go on I think Instagram after the episode had aired to address, his lack of enthusiasm, I guess, towards Chelsea. And he basically was saying how, listen, you guys don't know what it was like beyond the behind the scenes, cameras in our face, but I love Chelsea. We get along so well. We have a lot of fun. What you guys are seeing is not really what it is. And Brett was in the comments. He echoed his sentiments as well. He's like, you guys have no idea what it means. I have to find that. What it means to be on camera and to be yourself. Like I said, Kwame seems like he's very performative. So he's trying to be one way and kind of be professional um, on screen, and Chelsea was being herself, and it comes off as he doesn't care as much, you know. Let me see if I could share this. Here we go. Damn, it's not. I don't want to sign in. Damn. But basically, he was alluding to the fact that I'm trying to see if I could. Man, Instagram, I'm not trying to sign into your shit right now. But anyways, he was saying what you guys saw, is not really what it is. I really love this girl. And then he shared some videos of them, rapping. Chelsea's down because she was rapping some rap lyrics. She knows the lyrics. I think they were rapping to No Hands, which is my jam. Listen, get some liquor up in me and put on No Hands by Waka Flocka. It's on and popping. So yeah, so I believe them now. I believe them, and I do hope they last. Chelsea, you can tell, loves him to pieces. She wants nothing more to be his wife and to have his babies. And what more can you want, So I really do hope they're in for the long haul, and we shall see what happens at the reunion. And they did. There's a whole bunch of interviews going around with the cast. I've never seen a cast do this much interviews with different bloggers. They're doing a media blitz with E-Online, and they have gone to meet Kwame's mom. Chelsea, I think she said it was a good meeting, and the mom is happy, and she even sent them a care package. That's the last thing I heard from Kwame. So there you go. Happy ending. I'm happy for Chelsea. She got her little chocolate man. So now let's move on. All right. A thought that I had while I was watching was, did all of these weddings take place the same day? Because I think almost every wedding scene, it was raining. Or is Seattle just a dreary, rainy place? I would hate to live there because it rained in all of the wedding ceremonies, or it was dreary. But anyways, Seattle, and everyone looked cold. I wouldn't be able to stay at that wedding. I needed to be sunny and hot and popping. Poor Micah's mom looked so cold. She looked like a shivering poodle. But anyways, I gotta make sure my sound is on. Man, I hope this shit is on. Hold on, y'all. Let me check my sound real quick, because y'all know I'm new to this. Like I say. Let me see. Oh yeah. All right, we're good. Good. So anyways, so now who we at? Where we at now? Okay. Micah, oh man. You know what? The only thing I gotta say with Micah's situation is come a chameleon. Yeah, come and go. Yeah, come and go. That's the theme song for Come a Chameleon. Okay, so my song that I'm dedicating to Kwame and Chelsea is "Look Ma, No Hands." You say "Look Ma, No Hands" because I saw her singing along, both of them singing along to that. That was cute on Instagram. So "Come a Chameleon." That's the theme song for Micah and Paul's wedding. So okay, their wedding. So first of all, I kind of like Micah's style. She had on this like off-white creamish ensemble when she arrived at the venue to get ready. That was cute. But you know what? This process sucks. To do this show again, you have to have major balls, major guts, because you do fall. It looks like to me they do fall in love with each other. You do. Like I said, guys, it's limerence, because this is only a span of a month or two. That is limerence. But anyways, with that limerence feeling and all the oxytocin and all that dopamine flowing, you do fall. You think your body, you're not your body. You are tricked. Well, it is your body tricked into feeling like you're so in love with this person. So then you're forced, essentially kind of forced, into this whole situation, and you're having to sit there and describe your feelings for the person, which is what Micah was doing, describing her feelings for Paul. And then the scene cuts to his side where they're all getting ready. Paul is just one ball of doubt. He is just doubting and doubting. And you know what? He's this is not a this is not a game. This is not a game. Paul is thinking logically rather than with his heart. I do believe he fell in love with Micah. I do. The attraction was there and everything. But Paul is a scientist, guys. And the thing with us scientists, we think, we are in our heads a lot. We are reasoning. We are thinking a lot. We are calculating. And with that, Paul is looking at the situation in a big picture kind of form, because there are many ways to reason and to analyze, especially when you're an analytical person. You can just do away with reason, which is what limerence does. Limerence causes you to lose reasoning. But at the end of the day, I think Paul won in this situation because he was able to break away from that limerick factor and approach this analytically. So he's just telling people, like, I don't know. It's like he feels like he should be saying yes, but he knows in his heart he feels he should say yes. With his mind, he's saying no. And that, what a mature thing to do, because a lot of us we do have that. We do have the capability to reason. But most of us, because of pressures, because of family pressures, because you've gotten so far, because of money being spent, you feel obligated to ignore the analytical side, your brain, and go with your heart, which causes a lot of heartache. So I kind of feel Micah in this sense, where she's pouring her heart out, and then for the end, for you to be dumped at the altar. And that's what precisely happened to Micah. So I'm not sure if they spoke about this in advance. How did Micah know that Paul was having second thoughts? Either they spoke about it and say, okay, I'm going to say no. You're going to say no. I'm going to let you go first. I can't. I just don't understand. Because you guys have to realize too, this is a reality show, so they have to put on for the cameras. So that must have been some good acting on Micah's part, because when they're at the altar, they say their vows, and Micah, she's like, she did her Valley Girl vows, like, her accent kills me. And oh, and mind you, she giggled all the way down the aisle. This girl is really immature. Some people look very well put together, but inside they're a mess. She giggled all the way down. Micah's immature. She doesn't know who she is yet. Her friends basically are. She's not good at picking friends, or the people she hangs with. They're just not serious people. And I think Paul noted that as well. I really think they're two different people. They can say all they want, they get each other, you complete me, you get me. They're not the same person. Okay? I think Paul was attracted to how opposite of him she was, or she is, but she's too opposite. They're not a good fit. Not at all. So yeah. Oh, and oh yeah, there was a charcuterie board that looked really good. It's my side note. I was like, ooh, listen, if I was one of the bridesmaids, I would have just sat there and just eaten the whole charcuterie board while I'm watching Micah make a fool of herself. But anyways, so yeah. So she says she'll allow Paul to say I do or I don't first, which, the heart knows, she knew. That's why she ran out of there like runaway bride. And she did put like a picture of that on her Instagram. And one of the producers commented under laughing. So a lot of this, I feel like, is discussed beforehand, but she was crying, and then Paul came to console her. And I think he did explain his reasoning, and he says, she didn't give enough. I think one of Paul's reasonings was she wasn't giving herself fully enough, and he wasn't sure if it was a defense mechanism. But remember, Zach had lectured Paul earlier about showing affection too, so they both were hesitant in revealing their true selves to each other. So this was not a good match to begin with at all. Um, so I don't. Um, all her bridesmaids chase after her as well. And then Paul came in and tried to console her, and she said, "Go, get out of here." I thought they were still going to date. I think one of the spoilers said they just rather date, but I have not heard that they are still dating now. With all of the media rounds they're doing, I have not heard that. And one of the controversies, though, with Micah and Paul's ceremony was fucking her friend. What's her name? Shelby. So Shelby, she must have been drunk during the ceremony, making all kinds of crazy comments during the ceremony. And then when he said no, she was like, "Good. That's exactly what I wanted to happen." Shelby is not a good friend, because even if you think your friend is not making a wise decision, do it off camera. Express your concerns off camera. She fucking embarrassed that girl on camera. I wouldn't do that at all. Number two, the other controversy was one of her other friends. I gotta see if I can find this. One of her other friends, who is dark haired and low key looks like Irina. Um, when Paul was leaving, he walked by her, and there's this whole controversy of him allegedly grabbing her ass. And she had like a smirk on her face. Her friends are trash. They're smirking and grinning during the ceremony. Shelby is talking out her ass, and her friend kind of smirked, and it looked like Paul. I think he just grazed up against her, because Micah's mom was blocking. Let me see this. Micah's mom was blocking the way, so you couldn't really even see what had happened in that split second when he walked by Shelby's friend. It was a dark-haired girl. I don't know what her name is. I'm trying to see if I can find that video. But anyways, so that was another controversy. It's been a hot mess. Damn, I don't know if I could really pull this up in time. But anyways, I'm sure you guys have seen it. It's been all over the place. I get the sense Paul is not as innocent as he portrays himself to be. Paul is a player from the Himalayas. Hold on, I gotta shut this off. So I was looking at Paul. I said, "Look at him. Paul is handsome with his curly mop of hair. Paul is handsome, y'all. Paul look good. And he's gonna be out here knocking these bitches down, y'all. I'm telling you, something about him. Something about, oh, here we go. All right, let me see if I can share this. Let's see, y'all. Let me see if I can share. How do I do this? My kid's making such a okay. Look at that, y'all. Wait, is this it? All right. So she run away. Look at her friends. What I wanted to see. Hold on. Why is this flipping? Hold on. Okay, here we go, y'all. Look at that. Her mom was in the way, and then he took his hand out of his pocket. Look at her friend smirking. Okay. And see, you can't tell what happened because mom was there. But it looks okay. So you guys know how you bump into somebody and then you kind of like, oh, excuse me, sorry, and you touch them. So part of me is thinking that's what happened, but part of me is But I don't know why Paul would do that on camera. Just cop a feel. I'm not sure. I'm on the fence. Many people swear he copped the feel. I'm not sure. I don't know. Unless Paul, listen, Paul is that dude, man. Um, Oh, side note too, I stand for Micah's dad because he had a white claw in his hand. I said, "Okay, daddy, shit, I would have had a white claw too." He had that in his hand before the ceremony started, so he knew it was gonna be a shit show. He said, "Listen, let me get this white claw down real quick, getting ready for the festivities." But anyways, so yes, karma for Micah. Because look at you now. Chelsea and Kwame are married. You played Kwame, tried to say, oh, failure of a proposal, and Chelsea still got her man. Chelsea got a man. She happy, and Micah, look at what happened to you. See? What did Nene Leak say? Y'all, what did Nene Leak say? Y'all remember what Nene Leak said? Let me see. Let's go to what Nene Leak said. Remember this. Micah and Irina. What she say?
When you're dirty, honey, you never can win. What the did I do to you for you to do that? Nothing. Nothing. You never can win when you're dirty, honey. You never can win.
There you go, guys. You never win when you play dirty. Frickin' Frack was playing dirty. Now look at him. Meow. Okay? Anyways, on to the next. Who we got next? Next up. Um yeah. Did I skip? I think I skipped a couple. No. We have Brett and Tiff. Okay, guys. You know what? Let's give it up for Black Love. Black Love. We had a farce of a Black Love on, what was that? Was it season 3 or season 2? With oh my god, I even forgot their name. With the short little light skinned girl and that dude that had the bed on the floor, which was a big mistake. See, that is what happens when you don't think logically and you follow your heart. And now they're already divorced. I forgot what their names were. So I think this was our redeeming couple, Brett and Tiff. So Brett and Tiff, damn, where are my notes? Okay. Um, this was the best pre-wedding preparation, best pre-wedding scene. Even though Brett was giving, listen, y'all, Brett was giving us Groomzilla. He was giving us Groomzilla. He was fueling them gay rumors. But I don't think he's just particular. Brett is a man of style. Brett is a man of dignity. He is like, what is he, a designer? So he is really in tune with fashion. He's also really in tune with his emotions. I get the sense too that he's also a perfectionist. So he cares about presentation. So of course, I think his pants didn't fit. Something wasn't tailored correctly, which is the worst thing. You want something, listen, people who value themselves and the way they look and their image, you want things to fit. You're not just going to go out there looking a mess and ill-fitting like you're wearing a Gordon Gartrell shirt. Those who know. 80s babies unite. We know what Gordon Gartrell shirt is. All right. So if you don't know what that is, look it up. You can't be at your wedding looking like you wearing a Gordon Gartrell made by Denise Cosby. Absolutely not. No, Denise Huxtable, I mean. So now, wait, hold on, y'all. I need to pause because these kids. Hold on. All right, y'all. I'm back. These kids. But anyways, so yeah, so they rushed over to a tailor and she was a seamstress or whatever. She was able to fix it. Listen, no harm, no foul, everything was good. And if that's the only thing that happened that was of some cause for concern, listen, let's welcome it, because so many things happen and can go wrong during the wedding prep, during the day of. Oh my God, I'll never forget. Just, I remember, I mean, the day of my wedding, I think there were issues with um, some music issues. That's really what it was. And it's all a blur. We're talking about 14 years ago. But anyway, child. So anyway, this was, so it was a very touching scene too, when Brett asked Tiffany's dad for her hand in marriage. That was very noble of him and should be done. And it was just such a gentleman. Brett is just the consummate gentleman. And her father said yes. You know, it's going to be a good union if Brett is really who he says he is, and if Tiffany is who she says she is. This union is meant to last forever. It's just, it seems fated how they just came together. They came on this show, you know, they're both the same age, I think, 37, 38. They're looking for the same thing. They are professionally in their lives, they are professionally set, ready to go. They are independent individuals. So this show was a blessing for them. It was fated, because you could tell too, when they first met, they were just obsessed with each other. And I don't get the sense that it's limerence for them anymore. It's just how they came together is beautiful, and I really hope that they last. Marshall also showed up, and oh, I'm just so happy that at least Marshall walked away with a friend in Brett, from this experience. And I just feel so bad. He looked like he was on the verge of tears. But you know what, Marshall, it's for the best, because Jackie is a train wreck. I think she has taken the number one spot, um, as far as villains in the whole franchise. I think behind him might either be Frickin' Frack or Shake. But Jackie, and she is so unapologetic for how she's behaved. But we'll see tomorrow what she's gonna bring to the reunion. And you guys, word is directly from her, she's still with Josh. They actually live together. That was crazy. But you know what? The heart wants what the heart wants. So just Brett walking down the aisle, even the backdrop, it was up against mountains. It was just so beautiful. Even though it seems like a rainy, a very rainy and dreary climate, but the landscape is just beautiful. It was perfect. Um, it was the most wholesome wedding in this series, in these series thus far. Um, the vows were beautiful. They spoke from the heart. They both have wholesome families. Tiffany's friends are just so pure, and you can tell. Compare Tiffany's friends to fucking Micah's friends. Tiffany's friends want to see her win. You want to see your friends win. And I'm lucky to have friends like that in my life and family. That's how I am to my friends. I want to see my friends win. You know, it's that's those are the type of friends. And if there's any sign in my life, I've always, first of all, my thing is no new friends. Seldomly make new friends. And if I do have friends and I detect that they aren't wholesome, well, I am quick to cut them out of my life, because I don't need that shit. Any bad karma, bad juju. I don't need that. And maybe it's a Sag in me. Surround yourself with good people. And you know what? Tiffany's a Sag too. She surrounds herself with like minded, true, honest, pure people. She deserves everything she gets. So the vows were beautiful, and they both said I do. Surprise, surprise. Not no surprise. Um, and you know what? This wedding with Tiff and Brett, it just makes all the other shenanigans, you know, it makes a show worth it besides all the other shenanigans. You know, it's a golden spot in the show. Whew, all right. So now we go to last but not least, we go to Zayak and Bliss. So Zach, okay, so they're getting ready for the wedding, and here we go, Zach sitting at a table and lecturing. He's always lecturing. Same recipe with him. It's always the same. This nigga again mentions Romeo and Juliet. I don't know if Zach thinks he was Shakespeare in his past life. He must have been writing sonnets. I don't know what Zach's deal is with Romeo and Juliet. Zach, you are not a Capulet. Bliss is not a Montague. Let it go. We are in 2023. Okay, reel it in. So he's with his friends and they're gushing again, gushing about Bliss and saying, "Oh yeah, and I hope he dance." And so basically, with Zach, it's owls, Romeo and Juliet. I hope you dance. That is his script, and he's sticking to it. So, and then we go to Bliss, and Bliss with her crying mama. Bliss's mom is also a she's a winner too in this season because she's just crying. You can tell she loves Bliss so much. She's rooting for Bliss. I mean, what mother wouldn't? She just wants the best for her. She's so sentimental, and Zach has a mama now. She got Mama Bliss, on his side. Um, so yeah, so she's gushing about Zach, and then they walk down the aisle. Before they walk down, her Bliss's asshole dad, he's something about him. His energy. He may be a good person, but the optics on this show doesn't necessarily paint him in the best light. You know, and he's in stark contrast to Bliss's mom, who is just the sweetest. So you can see that they probably clashed a lot, which contributed to their split. I don't know how she dealt with him. And he seems very condescending, very just smart ass. Even they asked who gives the bride away. He says, "I do." Bliss's mom says, "We do." Even that instance right there, you can it tells a lot. Um, he may be endear. We don't know. Some people have a tough exterior and they're marshmallows inside. People grew up a certain way. They had to be rough and tough. A lot of people give off bad first impressions, and I've gotten that too a lot. But when you get to know them, they're the best person you'll ever meet. And I think Zach was interviewed, and he did say no, he loves Bliss's dad, and they did eventually connect. So it's his exterior. We don't know. It's not a good look for him, but we don't know him. So there's that. And in the end, then they cue "I Hope You Dance," which was beautiful. Again, I'm not at that part of my cycle where I would have been bawling. If it were next week, I would have been on the floor crying. But it was beautiful. It was nice. I'm glad that they got to. It's interesting because they were talking about that, and "I Hope You Dance," and then they played it, and they were dancing at the reception. So just to see where they were in the pods talking about that, and then till now you see them at the reception, it was a beautiful sight. And so I dedicate that song to them. "I Hope You Dance." That's their theme. What theme? Okay. Brett and Tiff. I don't know what theme I would give. I have to give them some kind of booty shaking. I would give them "To the Window, to the Wall." I would give them that because right outside when they were being interviewed about the ceremony, she was already talking about head escaping to the bridal suite so they can get it on. So listen, Tiff just wants to get it on and popping. So whenever I think of getting down and busy and dancing and whatever and shaking my ass, that's the song that I think of. "To the Window, that's their theme. Even the reception looked so fun. I would have probably went to Tiff and Brett's reception and stayed there because it was just so joyous. Everyone's cheering. The energy was just popping. It was good. It was loving. It was fun. So um and like I said, I noted this too as well. Brett and Tiff look alike. I hope it lasts because they look alike. Even Zach and Bliss look alike to me. They're along their laugh lines. They look alike. It's just really interesting. Again, Chelsea and Kwame don't look alike. In due time, in due time. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think down in the comments. Tomorrow, I cannot wait. It is the live reunion. I don't know if I should do a show after. Listen, I hope they go hard. I want to know. What do you guys want to know? I want to know. Did Marshall really find STD meds in Jacqueline's things? Um what was the overlap between her and Josh meeting versus her breaking up with Marshall? I really think, and I said this before in my earlier review, when they went to go meet at that wherever they were, some diner, they had been hanging out before that. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. They were hanging out before that. They fucking and sucking. They were doing all kinds of things. That's why she was so over Marshall. She was so over him. There's no way. You can just tell. I feel bad for Marshall, but word is on the street he has a new girlfriend. She's some kind of APRN, advanced practice nurse or whatever. I don't know, child. Anyways, this season was something. This season, I think, blew up the whole franchise. There has been there's so much content on social media pertaining to the show, and I think it's more than any other season from what I've noticed. Who knows? But anyways, let me know what you guys think. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate each and every one of you. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see what happens on the live reunion airing tomorrow. Peace out, y'all.